Okay, best friends, let's talk about how should you choose the Bible, or what Bible do you need to choose? Okay, so the best Bible that you can choose is the one that you're going to read. Okay? I don't want you to pick anything that's too hard. And if you are a beginner or you truly just starting to really get into Bible, I would not suggest the King James version. Okay, that has a lot of thought out thars, there thought out, all the it got all the old English in there, right? I would like you to start with either I do like the NLT, that's really easy and beginner friendly. The NIV is really good as well. There's also the one that I really like is the ESV version. That's the English Standard Version. I think all of those versions are really good for you to start. I am not a fan of the Message version. The Message Bible, I just do not think it's the greatest. I think it takes things out of context and it doesn't give you all of the scriptures. They take stuff out. I am not a fan, but if you would like to reference it, like use it to reference, maybe you're reading something in like the NIV Bible, you might not understand and you want to go look at a different versions to maybe to give you a little bit more understanding, I'm okay with that. But just to make that your basic Bible is no bueno, no bueno over here. Okay, we need the word. So I think NIV is really good to start with, and I also think that that's what most churches give as Bibles is the NIV. Okay. Also, digital. I am a digital girl, okay? I do have the Bible on my phone. I think if that is something that you like digitally, then you should do that. You can put it on your iPad. You can download it onto your iPad. You can also put it on your phone. So I think whatever works is works, right? If you are somebody that likes to go ahead and take notes and highlights, just make sure you got that version on your phone. But I really do like YouVersion. I'm gonna find a picture so you can it's the Brown Bible. I really like that one. It has so many different devotionals. It has so much that you can choose from. It even has video devotionals. You can go ahead and just play it and it can read to you. I am such a fan of YouVersion, and it's free, y'all. Come on. Who don't like free 99? So if you don't have enough money to go ahead and buy you paper, to go digital right now, you have to start somewhere. Do I think you should eventually go get you a paper Bible? Yes. I think there's something about touching a book and you can highlight it and you can really feel that word. I think there's something to that. But right now, digital is fine. Or if you're really just a digital person, that's fine too. Okay, so let's talk about what you shouldn't worry about. Reading the Bible cover to cover, try to read a chapter a day, or making sure that you are strict about whatever plan that you're doing. Honestly, I think we all forget that the Bible is a story. It's a story about finding Jesus Christ, our Messiah. That is what the Bible is about. Everything that you've seen, all the events, we are all looking for the Messiah. We are looking for the one who's going to save us. That is the big picture, okay? But also, I want you to chew the Bible. I want you to eat it up and meditate on it. What does that mean? That means, like, let's say if you are studying the book of John, right? That first chapter, I want you to read it through one time and then take a moment and write down what are some key concepts that you have gotten from that first chapter of the Bible. But also, I want you to go ahead and find context. Oh my gosh, I care about context so much. If you do not know what is going on at that time when you're reading whatever chapter of the Bible, go figure it out, because that's how you're going to apply it to your life. If you don't know what were the rules, what was happening, who was in leadership at that point in time, what were the men and women doing. All that makes sense. All of that matters as you're reading the Bible. So I would even dare say that is why I like the Life Application Bible, because like at the beginning of the chapter, they will give you a breakdown of, okay, who is the character, with some background about the character, what was going on around that time, right? And then it will therefore go, as you read, it'll have little commentaries on the bottom, also telling you like, okay, so this is what this kind of means, this is what kind of was happening, and this may be how you can apply it. All of that is in the Life Application Bible. There's another app that I believe is called Blue Hub, if I'm not mistaken, or else I'll correct myself with the name and the picture of the app icon. I love that because that's the same thing and it's digital. So it's a commentary, it's free. And basically it'll put the scripture on there and you can look at a lot of different commentaries. Commentaries just help you explain what is going on at that point in time to give you meaning and understanding. Now, I do not want you to go commentary crazy, okay? Don't go commentary crazy. Maybe read one, maybe two, and then kind of think about what God is telling you too, right? Because you also need to develop your relationship with Christ, and you need to ask God, what are you trying to have me get from this word right now? That's why I said read them once, and then you go ahead and you pick out the different things that you're getting from the Bible first, okay? Because sometimes people have their own views and it can sway you. This is what you believe God is telling you. Then after you do that one time, then take that second day to go ahead and understand the context and things that are going on, everything that I told you about that. Then the third day, I want you to read it again. And why are we reading it again? To make sure you didn't miss anything. Maybe God really wanted you to see this part, but maybe your mind or heart wasn't really ready to listen to that piece. Or because you didn't know all of the context first, you couldn't really pick up what Jesus was putting down, if you know what I mean. So now that you have all that understanding, and now you can go ahead and move forward, okay? So we would love for you to go ahead and just take your time with the Bible. It is better for you to understand so you can apply it than you just trying to rush through it and get through and say, yay, I read my Bible, through the whole year, yay. But we want the Bible to change you, right? The Bible is a living word. That means it is always changing, or something that you might have missed before, you now see it again because you are at a different mind space. You're at a different place in your point. You have changed. And so you need to read this Bible again so you can really get what it's saying. Okay, so now that you got in this Bible, where should you start? We always love the Gospel of John. John is always a good one just to know about Jesus, his journey, and what he's done. If you're going through a lot of emotional issues like maybe depression, anxiety, hurt and pain, like where are you Jesus type moments. We love Psalms because David and all the other psalmists were a beast at that point in time. And if someone tells you that depression is not in the Bible, they have not read anything in Psalms, and that is a lie. They say anxiety is not in the Bible, again, it's in Psalms. When I tell you that this book is a manual of how do you get through tough issues in your life, we really need to start running to the Bible, because guess what? It is in there. It is in there. If you've been betrayed by your mama, go ahead and get into Genesis, because that happened in there. If you have had really any issues, I bet you could find it in the Bible, right? We just got to open it up and read it. Okay, best friends. So I think I've talked your ear off enough about all the Bible tools and things like that you need. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and put it below. I would love to see what version of the Bible are you really loving, are you really rocking with. Is there any good commentaries that you really like? Go ahead and put it down below, because we really want to build this community of people who want to be consistent with Christ. Okay? All right, y'all. So I will see you next time. Have a great day.